So I played a lot of Mortal Kombat 11, and I mean a lot, but I don't think I started playing it the right way until 2 years after it came out. It took me getting smoked at a local offline to really take a deep dive into the game. There were just a lot of techniques and strategies that I didn't really know, and I always thought I was better than I really was. I ended up being okay at the game when it was all said and done. I mean, I wasn't like an Evo top 16er or anything, but I was very competitive. I mean, 564 out of 20 million is not terrible. Mortal Kombat 1 has a ton of similarities to Mortal Kombat 11. Because I never played Mortal Kombat 9 or Mortal Kombat X, I didn't really know what to expect. So if I had a little bit of help when Mortal Kombat 11 first came out, I probably would have been a lot better at the game a lot earlier. This could have led to more competing opportunities or just more comfortability in general with the game. If you're new to Mortal Kombat or you're a casual player looking to be more competitive, sometimes it can be tough to figure out what to do to help you win more games. So because I don't want y'all to have to wait 2 years before you get good at Mortal Kombat 1, here are my top 3 tips, in my opinion, to help take your game to the next level. Bro, what the? Coming in at number 1, anti-air like the goddamn legend you are. Yo, anti-airing is a big part of any fighting game, and Mortal Kombat 1 is no different. Opponents who successfully jump attack you have significant block and hit advantage. If any of you ever played a slight gas Cabal in Mortal Kombat 11, you already know what I'm talking about. Because getting jump attack can be so debilitating, you have to nip it in the bud immediately. Mortal Kombat 1 gives you some anti-air options out the gates. For example, a standard uppercut or an air-to-air attack, which in this game isn't that bad considering there are now aerial combos. They've also added up block, but neither of these gives you the most bang for your buck. Uppercutting is fine and it does 140 damage, but you can get an upwards of double that damage if you anti-air correctly. Air-to-airs are solid, but you have to be extremely proactive to do them. A lot of times you'll trade with your opponent or they'll stuff your first attack. If done right, up blocking can give you a full combo punish on your opponent, but that gets really scary really fast. If any of you have played Reiko, you already know where I'm going with this. Your opponent can trick you into up blocking so they can do tremendous damage by throwing you. Bro, what the f is that damage? Or use a low starter to absolutely destroy you. When the game first came out, I really wanted to play Mileena, so one of the first things I did in practice mode was to test out all her anti-airs from all different ranges. Notice how at close range, down pokes and actually dashing in can punish air attacks. Uppercutting at close range can be very effective because you can extend the combo with a poke as well. Mileena is unique that her ball roll can actually punish from full screen as well. I definitely recommend having your character's anti-airs memorized like the back of your hand. Coming in at number 2, Duck OS. Duck OS is a technique used to guard against all options an opponent can throw at you. Because high attacks come out fast, throws come out the next fastest, and mids and lows come out the slowest, if you delay your block just a little bit, you should be able to play solid defense against your opponent. A high attack starter and a throw will just go over your head, and you will block in time to catch the mid. I set Reiko to walk me down and randomly choose between throw, high attack string, or mid attack string. I want you to pay close attention to Mileena to see when she's actually blocking. I'm going to attempt to do this until Reiko walks me to the corner. So you can see just by delaying your block a little bit, you're covering a ton of options defensively. If you ever watch a pro tournament, you will see that these players are phenomenal at duck OSing. It's kind of tricky to do and varies from character to character, but if you can somewhat master this, your defense will be taken to a different level. Typically pokes will beat duck OSers as they are quick on startup at 7 frames and their mid attacks. Be careful about that in Mortal Kombat 1. Unlike other games in the past, pokes on block are punishable. So just keep that in mind and mix your defense up. Coming in hot at number 3, Fuzzy Guard. Fuzzy Guard basically means to cover both options on an overhead low mix-up. This is different from Duck OS because if you Fuzzy Guard correctly, you will always block 100% of the time. If you check the frame data, you'll notice startup. Johnny Cage's Dunking on Haters and Leg Banged Redemption have the same beginning string in 2-1. If you go to advanced view, you'll see that Dunking on Haters has a 24 frame startup and Leg Banged Redemption has a 16 frame startup. That means in that combo, the low will always come out faster than the overhead. This means if you see Johnny load up with a 2-1, you should be blocking low and then immediately let go to block high. In the options menu, we're gonna go ahead and set Johnny to do 2-1-2 and 2-1-4 at random hidden playback, and we are gonna guard against it 10 times in a row. Now let's talk about how fuzzy guarding can help with cameos. Melina has an absolutely filthy mix-up when it comes to her 1-2 string and Lao's buzzsaw. The second hit of her 1-2 string is an overhead. Because buzzsaw is a low, if you call in Kung Lao right after the first hit of her 1-2 string, that can be a horrible mix-up to adjust to, especially in the heat of the moment. Let's look at the frame data. The second hit of 1-2 comes out in 16 frames. Lao's hat comes out in 24. This means that no matter what, you will have to guard high before you guard low. Let's try to see if we can guard against that 10 times in a row. If we slow it down to 1/10 of the speed, you can see how Johnny is guarding both options. This right here is the dictionary definition of fuzzy guarding. Well, that's it for my top 3 tips and tricks. Again, these are things that I had to learn when I played Mortal Kombat 11, and I really do feel like they helped me become a much more competitive player. I wanted to keep this light and short, but I have tons more tips and tricks. If you're interested, give this video a like and comment on what your top 3 tips and tricks are. And if you have any questions, please hit me up. If you stay till the end of the video, I appreciate you. Eat some good food, kiss a loved one, and I'll see you when I see you.